Servus and welcome! I'm René, a senior consultant at Tenfold, and in this video we will cover the file server share management. Please make sure that you followed the steps in our videos preparing and adding file servers or shares to Tenfold. You can access the share management screen via Privileges, Active Directory, File Servers. On the left side, you can see all the shares and the subdirectories that have been added to Tenfold, displayed in the familiar tree structure. When you select a directory, a view opens on the right side showing detailed information about the directory itself, the objects that have permissions on that directory, and their source. In the Permissions section, you can filter the displayed permissions under Details. Using the Action button, you have additional options to interact with the directory. You can either create a new directory, rename the directory, set an expiry date, which will delete it on set date, delete the directory immediately, change the inheritance, but unlike via NTFS, Tenfold will not provide the opportunity to explicitly set inherited permissions. You can set up data owners, more on that a little later. You can configure some settings, like enabling self-service or assigning a different workflow. You can also refresh the directory, so executing a share sync specifically for that directory. You can create a report on that directory, or you can view the history for the directory via requests or the auditor. When you click on Permissions, you can assign permissions for this directory. To do this, use the search field on the left-hand side to find a user or an Active Directory group, and then drag and drop them into the desired permissions tile. Additionally, you can set a ticket number for that request or set a scheduled date on which the request will be executed. You can even set an expiration date of this permission if you click on this small calendar icon. Once you click Save, Tenfold checks whether a permission group already exists for the combination of directory and requested permission level. If such a group exists, the requested item is added as a member. Otherwise, Tenfold creates a new group following the naming conventions specified in the file server preparations video. Then grants it access to the directory and adds the item as a member. If you define a data owner for the directory, you can assign additional permissions to them and thus unlock a separate data owner area. This would allow them, for example, to independently use Tenfold to get an overview for the directory, manage the directory's permissions, generate a report, or manage existing data owners or add new ones even with additional permissions, but restricted to the permissions the executing data owner has themselves. Using the two buttons on the top right corner, you can view additional details such as the number of explicit permissions or broken inheritances within the directories. Or you can activate the historical view if you want to see the permission status of a specific date.